It's been a good start to the season, a fine start to the season. What's been the single biggest factor? Is it your experience built up over a few months in the Premier League? Is it your recruitment? Or is it having a pre-season to work with your squad? What's been the most important thing for you?
Actually, I'm not sure. A mixture of all. That's how it is. I think when you work together, when you know more about each other, when you have a lot of sessions, then obviously in football it's very important that everybody can see this. And good start in the season, yeah, it was. But that's how it is. We have to work without knowing exactly in which shape you will start in the season, because we don't work with or on machines. We work with human beings. That means things can need different time, if you want, and so that's how it is. And then the start was now okay. That's how we feel. We don't. It's not too difficult to put arms down, to be honest. So it's work, and we enjoy, how I said, we enjoy the work together, and then it makes sense that everybody can see improvement, and that's what happened until now, not more.
We spend a lot of our time talking about players that score goals, about striking talents. How important has Joel Matip been at the back? You signed him very early last season. How crucial has he been to maybe this improvement and stability?
First of all, it's for Joel. Okay, when you would have worked or lived in Germany, and then you would have known much more about him, because about 6 years he was involved in one of the top teams in Germany, played each kind of competition, each kind of tournament. So it was pretty clear that it would make sense if he's interested to sign him. And but then it was not the most easy start for him. I would say he had this little surgery in summer. It was not without complications, a bit of infection, so he needed time. And everybody could see in the first games when he started that especially tall players like him need physical fitness, and he wasn't. That was not possible after the break he had, and so it was if you want, a slow start, but it's not a problem. It's a long-term project, how it is with all of the players usually, and so you need to work on the things, and he needed to create some physical strength again, and that was all good, but there was never a doubt about his quality or something. It was clear that in a moment when he feels fit, then he can help us really, and that's what we can see in the moment. And especially it's very important because of the situations, because of the situation in the center half position. It's we have had some problems with injuries already, and that's not too cool. So then it was really important that he could start.
You went very close to winning this competition last season. Is that the aim, to win this competition this season?
I think it makes only sense to be part of a competition when you especially on cup competitions, with the aim to win it. And there's no other reason why we should start there. It's not that we have nothing else to do. We could even train today and tomorrow. So what would be very important. But now we have a real competitive game against a strong side, and that's of course, it's not that we say every day we want to win the Capital One Cup, but it's a very important tournament, and we showed last year that it's really exciting to be part of it, with a lot of great games, and it helped us a lot being part of it, and it helped us a lot to learn more about each other, how we react in specific situations. So that's what we want to do again, and the final was great. It was a great experience. So always being part of a final is great. It's only really great when you win it, but that's what you have to accept after the game. Even the final was good for us, and so we start in this competition to win it. But it's not important to talk about it or to say it. It's more important to show it on the pitch again. And how I said, Derby is a real challenge.
Jurgen, obviously everyone's very encouraged by the start of the season, yourself included. Also the improvement that Liverpool have made during your time here as well. Do you need trophies to validate what you're doing at Liverpool Football Club?
I think in this club especially it's a long time, meanwhile, that I always speak about trophies. So, and it's not about talking or speaking about it. It's about doing everything that you come as close as possible to get them. Whatever I could say now would nothing change. So, but everybody can imagine that we are really ambitious in all competitions. That's the only reason why we do it, but it doesn't help to talk about it. And whoever will evaluate the time at Liverpool, I have no idea. But first of all, it's all about using the moment. And the moment is having a good squad with a very good working attitude, big skills. And the only problem we have that there are a lot of teams around there are not really worse, to be honest, so they can play football too. So you have to find your own way to be a little bit better on each match day, and that's what we are working on.
In the last round of the League Cup, you named a very strong lineup. Are you expecting to do a similar thing today, and also kind of check on Roberto Firmino's fitness as well?
In my opinion, we have only strong lineups, to be honest. So that's a good news, and so you can be sure that we will find a strong lineup again for this game. It's not if a player after the Tottenham game had a little bit of an issue, whatever, then of course we won't go risk in this game. But it's not about resting 100% fit players. It's a normal rhythm. It's a rhythm we want to have in next year again. In the next season again, with games every 3-4 days. And so it's not that we are not used to it. We know how to handle it, we know about recovery, but it's all about taking risk in football, yes, but not with players. They are not at 100%. So no decision made until now, because it's still short after the game, or it's a short time after the game, and so we have to wait a little bit. The session this afternoon will be important, only to see how they feel, and then I have to make decisions.
Firmino?
Roberto is in training. We checked him yesterday. We gave him yesterday, this day again, because medical department told me, okay, how I said before the game, he could have played, but I heard the word risk too often, so I decided no. I was very happy that it worked out, but they told me if we give him 3 days, then everything will be perfect. So, and yeah, today's the 4th day. He had already 3, so he's in.
Where's Sakho in terms of his fitness? Yeah.
Still working on it.
Is he any closer to making a return?
Yeah, of course he's closer to everything. We work. He's still working, of course, but it's a big difference between the match fit is a big difference, and that's all. And it's not about only make a few sessions, and then it's not about how the player feels. So it's about how I feel, how close the players are, and that needs time. It's a long time that he didn't play. That's for sure. And all the other players had not that long break, and that makes it then it makes more sense that he really used the time, and that's what we are working on.
Jurgen, you're obviously very familiar with the Premier League, but what's been your assessment of the quality and standard of football below the Premier League?
I watch a lot. For me, actually, it's very often easier to watch nearly all other leagues than Premier League, because I'm still not finally sure how I can find all these different games on Premier League. But when we play on Friday, then it's quite easy to see all. But I watch a lot Championship because I'm interested how Huddersfield is doing, and so I need to know which are the other teams. So I know about I think the aims or the targets of Derby, and I know that they are not in this moment not close to it. It's a big club, very ambitious club, and didn't have the results until now. But it says nothing, to be honest, not for this competition. If I would be the manager of Derby, I would try to use this competition for the turnaround, for sure. That's what you have to do. It's no pressure on them. in this tournament. Pressure comes soon enough again. Then the next weekend, then when you have to, I don't know who they play then, but they are kind of favorite in the league, and so that's this game is for them a big opportunity. And Analyze was like always. We watched as many games as possible of them, and they created much more chances than they actually used. And they scored not that many goals in the championship until now, but they created a lot of chances, and some of them were really, unlucky. And that's the situation. Good quality, very experienced manager. We are aware of it.
Are these the games, excuse me, where you have to get the mental attitude right? Your record in these games against lower league clubs is pretty good. Is that because you've reinforced a message about making sure mentally you're right from the start?
Actually, we don't care about the league. Why should we? We don't think about the league of the opponent. The analyze is not based on, but they cannot cross or they cannot shoot or not as good as Premier League teams can, because it's not true. To be honest, I worked still a long time of my life in the second division, and the biggest difference between second and first division is very often only consistency. We have a lot of players they could play in the first division, or in this country in the Premier League, but of course, because they are not that consistent, they play in a league lower. But that means on their best day, they are a Premier League team. That's how it is. So we don't care. We don't think about the league. So we have the same attitude. It's not that I say a lot about this. To be honest, I don't go in the dressing room and say don't forget your attitude, or we want to win here. Or that's not about motivation. If you have to motivate your team in games like this, you have absolutely no chance. More than in other games, you have absolutely no chance to win a competition. And we want it. What I said, we want to win it. And for this, you have to take each step. And this is our step now. So do it.
Jurgen, we've seen some players playing sort of different positions, I suppose, than fans would be used to this season, like James Milner at left back. Henderson's obviously gone a bit deeper as well. How important has versatility been for you at the start of the season?
Very important, but that's It's not like that we decide in a minute let him play another position. So we think longer about it, and only because we are sure that the players can play the position, we try it. Then it's all about the players then to accept the new situation, to accept the new view on the pitch, if you want, and that needs time for sure. But we are sure before we try it, and I'm not surprised about the position and or the kind of play. But I have not a feel. But I don't feel that we are already at 70-80%. I have no idea, but it's a way always, and there will be more difficult games. There will be hopefully a few less difficult games, but they all are real challenges for us. And it's about finding a formation and the skills of the players then to use in different positions on the pitch. The real position is only used in the moment when we defend. Offensively, should be very flexible, and they are. In my opinion, they have the skills for different positions.
Jurgen, you say you've watched a lot of Championship football, and you mentioned Huddersfield there. Have you spoken to David about the Championship in general and playing Championship teams and what they entail?
To be honest, we don't speak too much about Championship in general. I celebrate him when I call him because it's a wonderful story. I love it, and. We saw it already when we played them in preseason that they're pretty good. They didn't play with their lineup because of injuries a little bit and different a few other problems. But we won it 2-0, I think. But I already saw that they're really on a good way. And when we played them here in the last international break. They didn't play with the first lineup. We didn't play with the first lineup, and we should have won this game. But they were still good again. So that was it's good to see. So it's not that I watch now About we have a few players on loan in the championship, and this is a real. This league is not only because of the number of fixtures, because 24 teams in one league is really it's a long way to go. No, it's really competitive. That's what I see, and it's really difficult. I'm not sure who said it, but maybe I read it a few days ago that it's maybe easier to stay in the Premier League than to promote from the championship. That's pretty similar to Germany, and it's a hard way to go. It's a specific kind of football. It's very physical. It's not less technical, but of course it's very physical. And being prepared every day is for them very important too. So championship, I like watching it. That's it, because there are always teams, and you can see they really fight for their aims, and that's what I love in football.